Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. My name's Christian,
And I'm Carissa.
and this is A Lot in Common. Let's jump into Jim Carrey.
All right.
I know you guys have seen everything going on with Jim Carrey right now, and we would be remiss to not speak on this because it's heartbreaking, first of all. It's terrifying, and it's just sad.
Yeah.
It's sad, and it's unbelievable what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
Let's first play Jim Carrey. The Jim Carrey. Let's play it.
I really took on a pretty big challenge trying to do my speech in French. So, I wrote it and I researched it and I practiced it like crazy. But, it's then I watched everybody like talking 1,000 miles an hour up there receiving their awards. And I was like, I'm dead. And I made mistakes and I was like a novice, but I felt a lot of love and I felt a lot of appreciation that I tried, and what I said was true, and I really wanted to recognize my family. I wanted to recognize my dad. I mean, my dad was the type of person that if you met him for 5 minutes, you felt like you knew him for 50 years.
Yeah. So he sounds similar to Jim Carrey.
Mm-hmm.
He sounds similar to Jim Carrey.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely does not look like him at all.
No.
Not to me.
I don't think so either. I mean, apparently this guy, Alexis Stone, a makeup artist, and took the credit for that Jim Carrey, right?
Okay.
He's like, that was me. I put on makeup, right?
Yeah.
He's posting videos or he's posting pictures to his Instagram saying Alexis Stone as Jim Carrey. Okay. So he took credit.
Well, great clout move.
Right. Very,
Like, that's
very smart.
That's
very
smart.
That was very intelligent. And then you've got the Caesar Awards delegate responds about the Alexis Stone and says, no, it was Jim Carrey. Right?
Yeah.
And you haven't had Jim Carrey come out and say that it's Jim Carrey yet.
Where's Jim Carrey?
Where's Jim Carrey?
Will the real Jim Carrey please stand up?
Will he please stand up?
No, seriously, his publicist, you were saying,
Mm-hmm.
came out with a statement, but Jim Carrey hasn't.
Yeah. Like, why wouldn't he? I've seen a lot of people saying stuff like, if this is the advertisement for the next Mask movie, he's a genius. And I'm like, Jim Carrey is a genius. So
he is a genius.
That would be amazing.
And that would be amazing. And it'd make me so happy to find out he wasn't taken.
Right. I did see a news article. Our mom sent me a news article. Our mom is very invested in this because she loves Jim Carrey, and it's very believable that that is not him.
It's very unbelievable that that is him.
Yeah, or you could say it like that. Either way.
Yeah.
So there was this news article of, apparently, I can't find the news article anywhere. All right, and
where did you hear about it?
It's mom sent me a Facebook post, and
I saw the Facebook post.
It is a news article, and I clicked on it, and it's apparently a day after all this stuff happened. His daughter was in a car accident, and she was in critical condition.
Yeah, that's what
the news article saying. It's a news article, right? It's saying it.
Yeah,
I can't find it anywhere else.
And then if you Google it, it's set, or if you ask your AI, it's going to say that she is fine.
It just said that this doesn't appear to be a real news article.
Okay.
Because it can't pull from any other sources.
Okay.
So it is interesting.
It is interesting.
She was there at the event. So maybe she was like, that is not my dad. And she's freaking out. And then something happened.
You said that.
This is all speculation because I hope to God that she's okay. I hope that Jim Carrey's really okay. And this is just, maybe he got too much Botox and he just.
No.
I know. It doesn't look like
that's not Jim Carrey's that's
personality.
Yeah, he wouldn't get Botox. He didn't care about stuff like that. He was the one saying like none of this matters really.
Yeah.
And like fame didn't matter. He was not self-absorbed like that.
No, to get plastic surgery, he had wrinkles forever and he just
he embraced himself fully.
Yeah, here, let's play him not even that long ago with a huge beard.
Yeah.
With a huge beard.
Looking like a real man.
Yes.
Not like whatever the heck that other thing is.
Right.
Like, what? There's the real Jim Carrey.
Will the real Jim Carrey please comeback.
And covering for this president is like putting makeup on a melanoma. Not only unsightly, but it's dangerous. I see that everybody's a hypocrite because everybody's imagined themselves standing there with his head. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe at least half the country. We're in a tough spot. It's a very, very divided world, and those on I guess you'd call it the left side. I just call it the sensible side. Is we're sitting there watching this nonsense happen, and people come out and talk about it like we're kindergartners. And covering for this president is like putting makeup on a melanoma.
That's a completely different person.
Yeah, completely different person.
Here, let's one more time right here, okay? One more time, just something.
The real Jim Carrey.
Oh, it's a wonderful feeling. I really took on a pretty big challenge trying to do my speech in French. So, I wrote it and I researched it and I practiced it like crazy. But
crazy. That's where he lets it slip when he says crazy. He goes, I practice it like crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
damn. If they're gonna try this,
get out of here.
If they're gonna try this, come on. Or this is another angle to look at it. What if Jim Carrey's like, I don't want to go do any press tours. I want to like just chill. I'm done.
Right.
Like, can you make a clone for me so they can go do the press stuff,
right,
and the award shows, so I can just go and enjoy my life because I hate all of those people.
In December 2024, he said that he doesn't want to do any more films, but he has to make money.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's why he took on the new role for Sonic, because he doesn't want to do it, but he has to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. He also is signing all the signing autographs with his left hand.
Yeah.
What is up with that? You don't change. Okay. On top of all of it,
yeah,
all of it, the face, the way he sounds, the way he's acting, and he's also signing papers.
And speaking of the French, he doesn't
doing
speak
it all wrong.
French. Did Jim Carrey speak French? Here, let's ask Grok if Jim Carrey spoke French, because that's a big deal. You don't just learn it and then go, I mean,
I could say that that's a little understandable because he's from Canada.
Okay, you're
and
right.
That's their second language.
Yeah,
so that, I mean, it could
What's their first language?
English. So going in on all of this cloning stuff.
Yeah.
In the files, they were talking about clones.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up on our trusty web here. So we'll go back into our searches here. All right. Don't mind my previous chat here, guys. Just looking up Shlepstein saying, don't corner Trump because he's like a rat.
Yeah.
He will take everybody else down. We'll get into that in a minute. Please pull up.
You got to be polite.
Files. I'm polite to AI.
Yeah.
I'm nice to AI.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because I guess I test AI. I'm like, are they even going to care if I'm not nice? And they do care.
Will.
They do care. Actually, like midway through a question, I'll get cut off. So I do think you should be nice to AI. Yeah. I'm going to start being nicer, like I've said.
You should be a little nice.
Yeah.
Please pull up any files where anyone is mentioning cloning at Zorro. All right. I'll investigate mentions of cloning at Zorro Ranch in the Shlepstein documents. Found initial mentions of Shlepstein's baby ranch plans at Zorro Ranch. Now it's going to keep searching. What I like to do is go down here. I like to be able to click on the documents. So once it pulls up everything, it'll give you the documents that you can click up. See, it took a second there.
Yeah.
And then it pulls them all up. So let's see what we got here. Based on my investigation of the Shlepstein documents, I found significant information about discussions related to cloning and genetic engineering at Zorro Ranch. So the baby ranch plans at Zorro Ranch, let's pull that one up. So Shlepstein's explicit plans to use his 33,000 square foot Zorro Ranch in New Mexico as a baby ranch, where women would be inseminated with his to propagate his DNA. According to multiple sources, Shlepstein discussed this ambition with scientists and businessmen starting in the early 2000s.
I wonder how far he got along with that.
So we got Shlepstein told scientists about his ambitions to use the ranch as a base where women would be inseminated with his So that's on here. Okay. And then a NASA scientist reportedly told Jaron Lanier that Shlepstein's goal was to have 20 women at a time impregnated. So 20 women at a time.
Oh my goodness. The plan was based on the Repository for Germinal Choice, a eugenics project that aimed to stock sperm from noble laureates to strengthen the human gene pool.
Dang.
Yeah. So when did he start this?
He was fascinated with perfecting the human genome. So he thought that his genes were the perfect genes? That's crazy. That's wild.
Off base there.
Dude.
But when did this start?
This started early 2000s.
2000s? Okay. So he went to jail for the first time in 2008, I believe. So he definitely had time to do this.
Yeah.
So he probably did this.
Well, because even after he was incarcerated,
yeah,
he was still owned the ranch.
Yeah.
Have you heard the story about the ranch where the police, they were supposed to go get all the documents? Have you heard this?
No, I haven't.
So when the police went to the island,
yeah,
they gathered everything. They went there, right? They went all in on the island.
Yeah.
And then at Zorro Ranch, they did not. The police went there and they were like, we're supposed to be coming in and taking everything, but we'll give you a week to get your things together. And then why don't you just send us all the documents? That's what they said to Shlepstein. And so they just trusted. Also, there is a governor. I'll pull him up. He bought Zorro Ranch.
Who is this guy?
Yeah, and he's crazy looking.
Because he's in charge of babies. All of babies. Whoever bought Zorro Ranch knows about all of babies that are probably, how old would they be? When did they start the project? How old would all these children be?
It would be so many, because he wants 20 women there at a time.
Yeah.
So for every 9 months.
Yeah.
Every 9 months. Oh my gosh.
That is so scary.
Who bought Zorro Ranch? Let's ask Rock, because the internet's not pulling anything up for me.
Of course it isn't.
Huffiness.
Huffiness.
All right, so
family
we'll
of Don Huffiness, Texas businessman.
Former Republican state senator and current candidate for Texas comptroller. So he purchased it in 2023. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he purchased the Zorro Ranch in 2023, a couple years ago. Here he is.
Okay.
This is Don Huffiness, the current owner of Jeffrey Shlepstein's Zorro Ranch. He and his family paid an undisclosed amount at a public auction without visiting the property. He is currently running for Texas comptroller.
Okay.
Here he is.
All right.
Oh, here he is again.
Okay.
Breaking. Turning Point USA has endorsed Don Huffiness. Huffiness, guys. Is it Huffiness?
Yeah,
Huffiness? What is it? The new owner of the Jeffrey Shlepstein's Zorro Ranch for Texas comptroller. So we've got Turning Point endorsing him. We've got Trump endorsing him.
I mean, he could just be a smart real estate guy and want that real estate and it's sold for really cheap. But still, to like be a part of that is pretty disgusting. I know.
Yeah.
I know. I like to give that second thing too.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's 33,000 acres. So it's huge. He probably did get it for cheap, but you should let the authorities go ahead and go up in there.
The authorities
honestly,
don't care.
The authorities don't care. They don't care.
Yeah.
So, I don't even know why I cared to bring it up, but
they're not going to do anything.
This guy owns it now. So that's what's interesting. He owns it. And he's not like saying any of the facts are true or not. Like he's not letting people go look for all the bodies that are supposed to be buried there.
Of course not.
So, I mean, that's kind of crazy.
Kind of crazy. That's all connected. Every single thing.
Yeah. They were talking about, in the files too, they were talking about cloning projects. Like in all those files, they're talking about that type of stuff. So it's like, if they were able to do that or even look into that in the early 2000s, I believe that Jim Carrey is not real.
Yeah.
Because
definitely not real.
They're doing the cloning
he's
stuff.
either cloned or it's makeup. One or the other. But it's not Jim Carrey.
That ain't Jim Carrey.
Nope. And Britney Spears obviously is not Britney Spears. She was gone long ago. Britney Spears
So tell me the theory on that.
So the theory with Britney Spears is that a long, long time ago she was taken. She was taken a long time ago.
Yeah.
The first thing it was mom that pointed it out.
Yeah.
She was like, that's not Britney Spears. Britney Spears doesn't have a gap between her teeth.
Right.
And then the new girl that's dancing all crazy on camera, she's,
she's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
nuts.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. She's probably just, on
some drugs.
But she's crazy. She's really scary looking. The way she acts is terrifying. But also, like, whoever that is, she's completely controlled.
Yeah.
And so the only way that she can, like, do anything and get her I don't even know, like, sadness out there, like, ask for help in any type of way, is making these creepy ass videos of her dancing with knives. That's it.
Dancing with knives, acting nuts.
Crazy.
Literally acting nuts. I don't think that's Britney Spears. And I think that whoever it is just getting paid a bunch of money to be Britney Spears, probably a lookalike. And she's told to just act completely bonkers, make videos of herself to act like a crazy person.
Yep.
Or we've already put Britney Spears in the crazy person category.
Or she's a clone that malfunctions sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
That could be it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And she
because there's too
malfunctions.
much room with the human for error.
Yeah.
I would think that if they were going to do something like that, they should use something they can control a little bit better than a human, because we're all made in the image of God, and God will come through within any person at any time. So they'd be smart to use a clone.
Yes, I agree.
All right, you want to move on from the clone talk?
Yeah, let's move on, guys. What else are we going to talk about right here? This is kind of crazy. We were talking about Peter Thiel a lot last episode.
Yeah.
Palantir. So I guess that he just supposedly dumped 2 million Palantir shares, which is not a good sign, because if you're going to do that, it's kind of like you don't have a lot of faith in the future.
Okay, yeah.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Of his company.
Yeah.
So he dumped 2 million shares. I'll go ahead and share this. We've got Peter Thiel just dumped 2 million Palantir shares. Read that again. The man who built the surveillance backbone of the U.S. military. The man whose software runs inside the CIA, the NSA, the Pentagon. The man who knows exactly what's happening in every room in America. He just sold. In the middle of a war, while bombs are still falling, while 6 American soldiers are in body bags, while Trump is saying 4 to 5 more weeks, defense stocks should be mooning right now. War is literally happening. Palantir's biggest customer is the United States government. This should be his payday. But he's not buying. He's not holding. He's running for the exit, and he's selling.
Ask yourself why.
Yep.
Well, what do you think? Why do you think?
Well, I think that, I don't know. That's really tough. I think that would mean nuclear options are on the table.
Yeah.
And, like, once you go nuclear, that's, like, bad for the whole world, because everybody's going to have to let theirs off,
That's the end of times.
Yeah.
That's what the vibes I'm getting from that, the end of times.
And we got right here, Polymarket says 22% chance a nuclear weapon is detonated this year. And you go here to the comments, and I love this comment right here. He says, those are kind of high odds for something like that. LOL. I don't know why that made me. I just think that's
really funny.
Because it's like, this is beyond. I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
At that point, what do you have?
We have the Lord, and we cannot fear. We cannot fear.
Right. So Polymarket, that's fucking wild.
That's really wild. That's super, super scary.
So scary.
And we just need to trust in the Lord and not fear. That's all we can say about that, because that right there, that 20% can really
22% chance.
That could really mess with your daily life.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, I have to point out the humor. Like, the guy says, that's really high odds for something like that, LOL. Because it's like,
we got to keep it light. We got to keep it light. Because that's so happy.
Because what are you going to do? Go crazy? Speaking of something light, let's change the subject, guys. I don't want to talk about
Nuclear warfare.
The inevitable, probably. I'd rather not talk about that.
We can move on from the end of the world.
So I thought this was really funny.
Okay.
So we've got the San Andreas Fault. This is their actual page.
Okay.
Unicorn said, now why does the San Andreas Fault line have a Twitter page? Laughing. San Andreas Fault said, to monitor the situation, bitch. Who asked you?
That's really funny.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes, that is.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I just thought that was so funny.
You know what? We need to laugh.
Thank you, guys. So everybody's saying that this picture of Pete Hegseth, this is our Secretary of War, Chief of the Pentagon. Apparently, he's got a tattoo right here under his arm.
Yeah.
And people were like, what does this mean, Grok? What does this mean? Grok said, no, that's not Pete Hegseth. The circle tattoo is the full Shahada Islamic declaration of faith. There is no God but Allah. Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. Hegseth's known forearm tattoo is an Arabic word for kafir, believer, non-believer, plus Christian symbols like Jerusalem cross and Duas Volt. He is a current U.S. secretary. All right. Okay. So I just thought this is interesting because Grok said, no, that's not Pete Hegseth.
Is that not?
It's totally Pete Hegseth.
I mean, it looks exactly like him.
That's 100% Pete Hegseth, dude. Yeah. He's like working out. He's doing pull-ups and shit.
He's working out. It's definitely Pete Hegseth. He's like probably always working out. He probably is. Yeah. I used to love him. I used to love Pete Hegseth before I learned anything, you know?
Yeah.
Before I was like, oh, actually, he fucking sucks too.
Yeah, well, we were all under a spell with the whole Trump organization. Yeah. So, I mean...
Yeah, I'll admit it. I was under a spell, and I'm no longer.
Yeah. We're waking up, you guys. We're waking up. Let's move into a little bit of Erika Kirk. Erika Kirk stuff. You've obviously been watching all of the Candace Owens.
Yes. Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking it is so awesome that Candace Owens came out with this mini series because it's what we've been all waiting for.
Yes.
We've all been saying, you know what, Candace, just get to it. Get to the point about Erika. Tell us how you really feel. And she did.
We were all actually pissed at Candace in the very beginning.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, Candace, why are you covering for Erika? What's going on here?
Yeah.
Why isn't she denouncing Erika? Everybody was mad at her for months.
Yeah.
And then Candace was like, actually, you know what? Why is Erika lying so much?
Yeah.
What's going on here? Now I'm going to look into this. And she looks into it.
And it's nothing but lies.
Yeah.
And the bad connections, it's like every connection is bad.
Yes.
There's nothing good that you can find. There's not a real solid truth that you can find.
Yeah.
And it's just all shady and it's scrambled and it's chaotic.
Yes.
So I do not think that Erika Kirk is a good guy.
I don't think so either. With all of her shady background from her family, for decades, for generations of her family that are shady, how are you not shady?
Yeah.
And also, what's the deal with her birthday being different on so many different paperwork?
What is the deal with
What is up with that?
When you first told me that, I'm like, have I ever done that? Have I ever put my birthday wrong? Because I'm like, I'm sure I have, you know. And then I'm like, actually, no, I've never put my birthday wrong on anything ever. I've never forgot my birthday either.
Have you ever forgot your kids' birthdays and put them on there wrong?
I haven't.
Ever, right?
I haven't.
That's Lori's only kid, right?
I think so.
Erika Kirk has a step sister, but it might be a half sister. It might be from the father. I'm unclear on that.
At this point, I do not think that Lori is her mom.
Right?
Do you?
I don't think it's her mom. It doesn't look like her mom.
Doesn't look
what
like
do you
her
guys
mom.
Think? Do you think that's her mom?
Do you think it's her mom?
Answer.
Tell us now.
No, I don't think that's her mommy.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
No, this is a woman that is also named Erika Kirk from 1934 that has like the same life. Her husband, they both were political wives. They both were married to outspoken men, and then I think both of their husbands were assassinated.
This is Erika Kirk, another Erika Kirk. Same exact name, same exact spelling, both political wives, both married to outspoken Republicans. Current Erika is nicknamed Miss Arizona, and the first Erika was nicknamed Madam X. People called the first Erika Kirk Madam X because they say she just kind of showed up out of nowhere. Both have striking blue eyes and blonde hair. They even do their eyeliner the same, and personally, I think they have the same face structure.
Yeah.
The first Erika Kirk passed away now, but was from Palm Beach County, Florida, which raises another huge red flag. If you've been following my videos, you know why. I don't want to tell you guys what to think. I'm simply giving you the information. Do you think these are like all coincidences, or is there something else going on here? This is Erika.
Crazy, right?
Weird. And that goes a lot with the whole cloning stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why Erika Kirk is so weird. She can't get her thoughts straight. She doesn't know when her birthday is. She doesn't know when her kids' birthdays are.
She doesn't know when her anniversary is.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like a lot of the stuff is really gearing towards MK Ultra.
Oh, yeah.
From a young age.
Yeah.
Like the family ties with everything going on, like Fort Huachuca.
Yeah.
Any military, all of the shady dealings. I mean, and it's probably not her mom. They just used her. Also, the schools she was going to as a little girl.
Oh, yeah.
Those are weird. The Tesseract company made the school.
Was it beehives? Was it had to do with like...
No, but the picture was of the beehives.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which is so funny. I commented on Candace's last episode.
Yeah.
I said my favorite part about this episode was how it all ties back to the bees.
I know. Oh, my goodness.
What are the chances, you know?
What are the chances?
Well, there is no coincidences.
There's no coincidences.
And God shows you little signs to let you know you're on the right side.
He does.
In my opinion.
And he showed Candace in a dream some bees. And it meant a lot.
Yes.
So basically what I'm getting at this series so far is that Erika Kirk is kind of like a victim. I feel like Erika Kirk was conditioned at a very young age and kind of made to be this who she is. I really do. I don't think that she has a choice in anything. I don't think she ever had a choice. I don't even know I think she might just be totally MK Ultra'd.
Yeah,
Totally
I think so.
MK Ultra'd.
I think it looks like that, and I think that a lot of people in these positions are.
Yeah.
But they're never ridiculed this much and looked into this much.
Yeah.
And so the inconsistencies in her entire life, nobody was ever supposed to find any of that out.
Yeah.
None of it. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been so sloppy with all of the inconsistencies in their entire lives.
I think that she's always been made to be what everybody wanted her to be because she's been so many different things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's just like a whole hedge of people. Is that the word? Hedge. I've never heard that word.
There's
but
a
whole bunch of people that are just controlling her.
Yes, I believe so. I've been seeing a lot of people equate Erika Kirk to the new Hillary Clinton.
Oh, yeah.
I know you guys have been seeing some of these deposition hearings about Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton. Wild stuff. We're going to end on some of these because they're just crazy. The devil can't even, the demon that this woman is, can't even hide who she is in most of these hearings.
No.
It's insane.
Can't hide no more.
Can't hide, won't hide, you know? She just won't.
Sure.
Fun.
Okay, so we have talked about those connections. In past public statements, as in 2017 speeches and interviews, you described Pizzagate as a baseless conspiracy theory, alleging you and others ran a child sex trafficking ring from a Washington pizzeria basement. Have you reviewed any 2025-2026 Epstein files that were released that you believe reference or relate to those specific 2016 claims regarding the Podesta emails, Comet Ping Pong Pizza used as code possibly?
I'm sorry.
You're asking her about whether she's reviewed emails in the Epstein files, which relate to the wacky Pizzagate.
You could characterize it however you want. I just would like to know if she's familiar with any of them.
So excuse me, your question is about whether or not she has reviewed any emails in the Epstein release files about Pizzagate.
Correct.
Pizzagate was totally made up. It was an outrageous allegation that ended up hurting a number of people, that caused a deranged young man to show up with his assault rifle and shoot up a local pizzeria. I can't believe you're even referencing it. You should be
There are connections to the language.
Well, the QAnon people believe there are. So
I don't know what QAnon
have at
people
it.
believe.
Have at it.
Yeah.
But you've accused certain parties, and I think even right now today, of promoting slow walking information in ways that fuels conspiracies. In your view, did any Epstein-Maxwell related investigations or file handling pre or post 2019 contribute to or intersect with the spread of Pizzagate style theories about Democrat figures?
Objection.
I have no way of answering. That is the most
speculation.
ridiculously.
Have you or your representatives identified any Epstein file content that has been misinterpreted online to revive those claims? And what steps, if any, have you taken to clarify?
Again, object on the ground of.
I think that this is all very
Speculation.
reasonable.
Well, first of all, I don't follow the crazy conspiracy
Bullshit.
stories that are
Mhm.
online. I regret that anybody does. I find it quite sad, but also disturbing that people would believe some of what is put forth, like Pizzagate. So I have taken no steps to review anything
Do you think
that might
pizza-
have any connection to something which I think is totally bogus.
John Podesta, your 2016 campaign chair, appears in some Epstein file contexts. Social overlaps or mentions. Were you aware of any of the Podesta related communications in the released files?
Can you
that have-
please provide examples or the evidence that you would like us to review or the exhibits that reflect that in
I
order
can
for her to
get
be able to
I
do
can
that?
get some
I mean,
exhibits
somebody
and
starts
pause
with
this
Will you
question
speak to
in
that
the
when you
meantime.
provide those?
I will get those, and I will skip that question until we can.
Generally, if she's aware.
Generally, she is asking if she's aware of specific information that is in the files that you all are relying on. Please provide the witness with
If your
copies of that
client
materials.
doesn't know or has no recollection, she's welcome to state so.
We're also welcome to actually see the information that you're speaking
And
to.
again,
Why is
the
she laughing?
representative is
She's
asking
so
general-
uncomfortable.
I mean,
Yeah.
really, I mean, I expected
love
a
it.
lot of interesting questions today, but Pizzagate was not on my
Oh, it
list.
should have been, honey.
Yeah.
It should have been.
It's okay. We're asking all sorts of things here.
You certainly
Um,
are. You certainly are.
We're just
Mhm.
trying to get the truth out to the American people.
Well, that
Yes.
would be
Some clarity.
very helpful.
Are you aware of any files that were on Anthony Weiner's laptop in a folder that was titled insurance, life insurance, with a zip file titled
Excuse me,
Frazzle?
I'd like the chairman's
This is
ru- no,
way
I'd like
outside
the
the
chairman's
scope.
ruling.
This
Is
is
this
way
within the
outside the
scope?
scope.
This,
Is this within the scope, Mr.
if
Chairman?
the chairman rules that it's not within the scope, I
Mr.
have
Chairman,
other
based on what you said in the public hearing, is this within the scope?
We can go off the record for a moment. to
Mr.
confirm.
Chairman, is this within the scope?
We'll
We'll go off the record and can talk.
And then they go off the record.
Yep. They go off the record.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
You see how they wouldn't even let her finish saying the word?
Yep, they knew.
Yes.
They didn't let her finish that because they knew that was Hillary Clinton's most ashamed email.
Yeah, and
I think so.
and it was
They're
it
all
was-
disgusting, but what do you think? Do you
and
think
it-
that was probably the worst thing that you could have read?
Yes.
Oh.
And what they're talking about, I don't want to say it too much at all, but what the file's name was life insurance, because he had that much power over her that it was his life insurance. So in that file, he had the photos and the proof of her doing what that was, that's blank drip. That was his life insurance. Yeah.
I'm so glad that these disgusting demons are sitting down in front of cameras. They're going to lie.
Yeah.
But at least they have to hear the questions
Mhm.
of what the public knows. At least. I'm so happy about that.
Yep.
Because I know they're never going to tell the truth. They're never going to come out and apologize. They're not going to repent. They're
No.
going to go to hell.
Yeah.
But I just love it. Seeing her sit there so uncomfortable.
Yeah, she
Because
just
she
can't.
just can't. She's like,
She's-
oh my gosh.
She's like,
I
she's
never
like holding her
thought.
chin, like trying to hold her chin in place so she doesn't
Fall.
freak out, right?
Yeah.
So this
Okay.
is not AI, supposedly.
Okay.
I'll ask you your opinion of what it is at the end.
All right.
All right, guys, let us know what you think about this. World News X: multiple green orb UAP sightings reported in Canada.
Look, Tessa, look! Oh my God. That is no drone. Why is it green?
What in the world am I watching, bruh?
That is no drone. Why is it green?
Whoa. Whoa. What do you think?
I think that if it is real, it's still not real. And I'm a firm believer that they're going to roll out Project Bluebeam.
Yes.
And so if it is something that people really caught on camera, I think that it would be something along those lines.
Yeah.
Where they're going to fake aliens to kind of distract us from our faith, basically.
Yeah. Well, and also they would do it to distract us from the files.
The files and everything.
And the World War III they've got going on right now.
Yeah.
Like they've got so many other, well, actually, they're distracting us from the Shlepstein files.
Yeah.
With World War III. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
They're willing. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I will end it on this. In the Shlepstein files, supposedly, as I was saying earlier, there's a few email correspondence with Jeffrey and somebody else, and he's saying, don't corner Trump. He's like a rat, and he'll take everybody down with him. It's not wise to corner a rat.
Yes, and that's in there.
Yes.
You saw it.
I found it.
Yeah.
I'll show you real quick. I can't just say that and not pull it up,
Yeah.
So right here, these are the files.
Okay. Super tiny.
So in these files right here, he talks about Trump. If he feels cornered, he's like a rat. He'll take everybody else down.
Okay.
These are the files saying that. Okay. Talking about how he will go to war. And then it came out just a few days ago that there's a leaked phone call with Trump.
Okay.
They're saying it's not real. Trump administration is saying that it's not real.
Yes.
But you guys take a listen. Tell me what you think.
Not releasing the Epstein files. Fuck Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't care what you do. Start a fucking war. Just don't let them get out. If I go down, I will bring all of you down with me.
What do you think?
I think that Marjorie Taylor Greene and Thomas Massey got that files out, or the Shlepstein files out.
Yeah.
And he started a world war. That's what I think.
Yeah. You think that call is real?
I think that call is 100%
I think
real.
call is real too.
It sounds like him.
And, just like we were talking about yesterday, I think that the human mind not most, I don't want to say most, but I think that a lot of people who are more awake can discern AI and real.
Yes.
And my mind is telling me, like, when it hears that,
yeah,
with all the different fluctuations of his voice and his tone, I don't think AI could produce a sound like that.
It probably could, but I think I think it's real.
Yeah, it's real.
I just think 100% that's real. I think it's real because he is being cornered.
Yeah.
And he has no choice. And look, if you look on X, there's a lot of people saying, don't forget about the files, and like pulling up the files and saying, don't forget about this. But there's a lot more people talking about the bombings in Iran and what Iran's doing to other countries. That's what everybody's talking about.
Yeah.
So it worked. It worked. Let us know what you guys think down below, guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of our content. We put it out every week.
Put on your notifications if you have them, and we'll see you next week.
See you next time, guys.
Bye.